From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Our top story this evening, the Fairbanks North Star Borough School Board has reached a tentative agreement in mediation with the family of the alleged sex abuse victim of tutor Claude Fulks.
The parties met yesterday in Seattle. The family filed a lawsuit seeking over $1 million in damages, citing school failure to take appropriate actions during the alleged abuse. That proposal was declined by the board. The unidentified male student was reportedly abused by Fulks at the Hutchinson High School multiple times. Not much information about the actual terms of the agreement have been made available. However, the school board will host a meeting this evening to take action and vote. The agreement is subject to both board and court approval because the student is a minor. The board will release more details after the meeting this evening.
A Fairbanks man accused of sexual assault was in Fairbanks Superior Court today. 56-year-old Bobby Misook was indicted earlier this year on 9 counts of sexual abuse of a minor in the first degree, along with a single count of exploitation of a minor. That is a Class B felony. In that separate case, the reported abuse began in September of 2005 and continued through December of 2013. Misook was also accused of attempting to exploit the alleged victim by making pornography in August through December of 2013. Misook was indicted on another count of first-degree sexual assault November 26th. According to that indictment, the alleged assault took place on October 2nd here in Fairbanks. Trial for his case was set for February.
Yesterday, members of the Fairbanks City Council approved the 2015 capital budget in short order and with few disagreements. The City Council approved Ordinance 5961 by a 6-0 vote, otherwise known as the 2015 operating and capital budgets for the City of Fairbanks. The ordinance became finalized with about $700,000 in extra unused revenue. The main focus for the budget this year is to allocate more funds for use in basic operations and public workers, which is needed to repair local roads. Council members agreed that the extra $200,000 for the public works is needed because of torrential rains that occurred this summer. They say that the budget as a whole was well planned and well executed by city staff members.
A decent summer this year. We're going to get out there and fix all those potholes that were caused by the torrential rain.
The federal government doesn't do it with the highways and the bridges and the problems that they have. And a lot of municipal governments don't do it, but the city has done that. So I think there's some good things in the budget.
The North Pole City Council passed Mayor Bryce Ward's 2015 operating and capital budgets at its regularly scheduled meeting last night. The $5.58 million spending plan was underfunded by about $132,000 coming into the meeting. The council passed a pair of ordinances and pulled $39,000 from fund reserves to balance the budget. The city mill rate remained unchanged at 3.5 mils. The council approved a 1% hike on the sale of alcohol and a 2% increase on the wholesale of tobacco within city limits. It also approved increases to the ambulance and EMS user fee schedule. These increases were made to help offset potential devaluation of the now closed Flint Hills refinery. Mayor Ward says the city will have a better idea of the refinery's tax value in February.
So the council took the action of assuming a 50% reduction in the Flint Hills refinery. If it comes in less than that, then that means we'll have a little bit to work with. If not, it means that we'll have to go back through and make more adjustments.
The Alaska Department of Environmental Conservation is seeking public comment on proposed changes in pollution regulations for non-attainment areas like the Fairbanks North Star Borough. DEC's Air Quality Division held the first of 2 open houses in the interior at the Westmark Hotel last night. Another such open house is scheduled for this evening in North Pole. The state is proposing several rule changes aimed at curbing the burning of wet wood and reducing the opacity of smoke from heating stacks. Thus far, DEC has only taken written comments on the proposed regulations. Verbal comments will be taken at a pair of public hearings scheduled for 11:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. tomorrow at the Noel Ween Library.
If giving comments orally is more comfortable for people, that gives them the opportunity, but there's so many different ways to comment, and not one method is not better than any other method. They should use whatever is the most comfortable for them.
Okay, when we come back, the Doyon Corporation was in the spotlight today for the weekly Chamber of Commerce Luncheon.
Also, in our health report, watch out for Christmas snacks that have been left out. We'll tell you more. Stay with us.
And welcome back. Authorities have detained and charged a suspect involved in last week's Esther shooting. According to an affidavit, 35-year-old Jerome Phillips Jr. of North Pole is charged with 2 counts of felony assault and second and third-degree weapons misconduct. Phillips allegedly shot at a man at a Burton Road cabin on November 29th. In addition, troopers say Phillips allegedly threatened another person with a gun prior to this incident. Troopers say that an hour after they searched the cabin, it was set on fire. Phillips is a suspect in the arson case, but no charges have been filed thus far. Phillips was arraigned in Fairbanks District Court this afternoon. His bail was set at $20,000.
Not guilty pleas today for a Fairbanks man facing felony drug charges after a heroin sting. 40-year-old Lamont Washington is charged with misconduct involving a controlled substance in the 2nd degree. According to an affidavit, an informant for the Alaska State Troopers arranged a narcotics purchase meeting with Washington on November 19th. Troopers say Washington provided the unidentified informant with half of an ounce of heroin in exchange for $6,000. Washington was arrested and remanded to Fairbanks Correctional Center. Trial for his case was set for February 2015.
A Fairbanks man is facing charges for vehicle theft after he was caught stealing a truck before he could drive away. At around 5:30 yesterday evening, Christopher Ryan Martin was busy working at X-Ray Motors when he heard his truck start up outside. He looked out the window to find his vehicle driving away down Van Horn Road. According to Fairbanks police, Martin ran out and jumped in the back of his pickup when the driver opened his door and jumped out. A scuffle between the two ensued right on Van Horn Road until officers arrived. Lyndon Passalon was arrested for vehicle theft in the 1st degree as well as violating probation due to prior drug charges. He appeared in Superior Court today to face those charges. Officer Robert Johnson was the arresting officer. He says that if you find your vehicle stolen, you should call the police instead of taking matters into your own hands.
The Doyon Corporation was established in 1989 to provide educational, career, and cultural opportunities in order to enhance the identity and quality of life for Doyon shareholders. Now today at the weekly meeting for the Fairbanks General Membership, the president and CEO of Doyon spoke to the gathering of business leaders about his corporation. He went on to say that Doyon's main objectives are oil and gas exploration, finding business opportunities for local villages, and providing jobs and training for shareholders. He also says the future for Doyon is looking very positive.
Well, I think there are a lot of big things coming at Doyon. Of course, we're growing our business here in state, but we're also growing outside of Alaska. And really important, I think, for the interior, we're actively exploring for oil and gas here in the interior, and hopefully to be successful on that in the next couple of years.
Temptations in your kitchen could be harming your health, especially during the holidays. Monty Bowen has some tips on avoiding those temptations in this week's Health Report.
Snack items in cupboards or the fridge are often temptations too hard to pass up. It's even harder when it's displayed as Christmas candy. A few quick changes to your environment can lead to a healthier lifestyle overall. Taking time to plan ahead for snacks and meals can make healthy choices easier.
For example, I'll spend some time on the weekend cutting up fruit or vegetables, having them ready to go, and having them at eye level so that when I go in and grab something, I can get something quick to eat.
It's also important to have the right kitchen tools and recipes at your fingertips and to arrange them so they're easy to access. Even the size of your plate can make a difference.
There was a study done where they took the serving size from 12-inch plates to 10-inch plates, and people just ate less. So it's really often just setting up the defaults in your environment so it's easy to make the right choices and hard to make the wrong choices.
Another quick tip, you can stash healthy snacks in your car, purse, or desk so they're easy to grab and you won't need to visit the vending machine. This is Monty Bowen reporting.
The Health Report is brought to you by the Ear, Nose, and Throat Clinic, located in the Medical Dental Arts Building. Call 456-7768.
I don't know, what's your favorite healthy snack?
Healthy snack?
Yeah.
Water, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I just replaced all my soda intake with water, and I've dropped some weight over the past couple months.
That's good. They say that is really helpful. I like fruits.
Yeah, that's good too. Plenty of water in there.
Watermelon.
True. All right, Joe Cook is coming up next with a look at your sports, including an all-new Nana Corner.
Those stories are next with Joe Cook. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here with your Tuesday Sports. We start with money news dealing with the Iditarod. How does $50,000 more dollars sound? Good, right? Well, I'm going to have to get a few dogs together. The winner for the 2015 Iditarod will receive $70,000, the largest payout ever. That was announced today by Alaska's Iditarod Trail Sled Dog race officials. The purse increased by $50,000 for the race, so the top 5 finishers will all get more cash. Last year's winner, Dallas Seavey, won $50,400. The previous top payout was $69,000. Also, trails have improved between Roan and Farewell, where there were many accidents last year. 78 mushers have signed up for the Iditarod, which starts March 7th, 2015. In today's Nana Corner, we have a profile on the newest addition to the women's basketball team. Assistant coach Greg Bruce makes his return to coaching with Alaska. Here's more. He just couldn't stay away. UAF assistant women's basketball coach Greg Bruce is in his first year with the program headed by Cody Bench. Bruce retired in 2013 but came back to coaching this season with the Nanooks. Why?
I was driving my wife and myself crazy. I laid around for a year. I tried to find something to do, but I kept coming back to basketball on the internet all the time, watching games, video streamed, and I just couldn't stay away. I've done it for 46 years. I love doing it. I love being around positive student athletes, and I wanted to come back. I wasn't done.
Bruce is the winningest coach in Portland State history with NCAA tournament appearances and a number of double-digit winning seasons. He was also head coach for the GNAC's Western Oregon Wolves from 2006 to 2013. The potential for this Alaska team was another factor in Bruce coming back. He wants to help change perception.
You know, Fairbanks has always been put down that they're not any good, that kind of thing. But these girls have a fight in them that I don't think a lot of people realize. And they mesh together really well. They get along together really well on and off the court. And there's a lot of talent here that, we're starting to see that now with our record and the way we started the season. And I think some people in the GNAC are going to be surprised.
Bench, in her 4th season at the helm, is pleased Bruce decided to come back to help take Alaska to the next level.
He didn't have to come out of retirement and come this far away to be from his family. He made that sacrifice in order to be a part of the game and something special. And I think that's what we do, is we do something special. And with his wisdom and experience and my youth and passion for being, an alumni here, it just makes a difference all coming together.
Nanook Corner, brought to you by Sports Medicine Fairbanks.
Sticking with Nanook Sports, one of the men's basketball team's new members is the Raven Alaska Nanook of the Week. Ashland Edwards, a junior transfer guard from Compton, California, scored 38 points with a 52% field goal percentage in 2 games at the Notre Dame Day Namur tournament last week. Alaska beat Notre Dame Day Namur by 10, a loss on a buzzer beater to Holy Names. Edwards went 8 of 15 from 3, had 6 assists. He was perfect from the free throw line. The men's team will have their first 2 GNAC games this week at Western Oregon on Thursday and at St. Martin's this Saturday. Edwards credits the coaching staff for his success so far in his first season as a Nanook.
It's definitely a rhythm. Coach is giving me a little more freedom to, play my game, but at the same time still learn the skills he's trying to teach me and with the team to make us better. It feels good out there, taking each day at a time and starting to read what the defense gives me. It's starting to feel like the game I love.
One Lathrop High product is making a name for himself in the WCHA. Former Malamute Stefan Williams was named WCHA Defensive Player of the Week for the 2nd week in a row. Williams recorded 2 shutouts last weekend, making 45 saves and a 7-0 and 3-0 wins over Lake Superior State. The weekend before, he was key in helping the Minnesota State Mavericks sweep then #1 Michigan Tech. Williams and the Mavs are now #2 in the latest USC HO poll. The junior goalie was a 4th-round pick of the New York Islanders in 2013 and is leading the WCHA netminders with an 11-1 record. He is ranked 4th in the country, allowing just 1.5 goals per game, and his 7 shutouts are tied for most all-time for Minnesota State. The Mavs host the Alaska Nanooks this weekend. Another Ice Dogs player will be playing Division I hockey, WCHA hockey to be exact. Adam Wilcox verbally committed to the Alabama Huntsville Charger program. Wilcox, in his first season with Fairbanks, has 4 points in 13 games. Before coming to Fairbanks, the Alpharetta, Georgia native played in the Alberta Junior Hockey League, the NAPHL, and was a former Wichita Falls Wildcat, a NAHL South Division team. Wilcox is the 5th Ice Dog to make a D1 commitment. He's also the 4th to commit to a WCHA program, joining Chandler Maudry, Minnesota State, Ethan Somoza, Bemidji State, and Hans Garossi, Lake Superior State. The Ice Dogs begin their 9-game road trip this week with 3 games against their rival, the Wenatchee Wild. And that'll do it for sports tonight. Mike Schultz is next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey everyone, welcome back into the Fbx Evening News. Mike Schultz with you once again talking about the weather, and the snow is slowly coming to an end, and we don't look like we're going to get as much as we were expecting. Still a little bit to shovel out there, but we might possibly get another inch or two tonight, but looks like most of the heaviest stuff is all the way out of the picture, so we'll talk more about that in just a little. Picture tonight, Renee Orr was able to get an afternoon shot of the moon. How about that? Anyway, as always, if you have a photograph to share, by all means send to photos at ktbf11.com, and we will share it with the rest of the audience. Here's your numbers. 18 degrees after a high of 23. The low last night, 18. Record high, 41, 1992, 46 below in 1906. What a cold year that was. Sunrise and sunset, a little more than 4.5 hours of daylight, the loss of 5 minutes from yesterday. Here is our latest satellite and radar. And again, you can see the strong moisture flow moving rapidly from the southwest to the northeast over the Fairbanks area. We'll get a little bit closer look as we zoom in around the Fairbanks area on our latest radar and show you that we are looking at, again, a steady pattern of snow shower activity, but you'll notice at the very end of the last picture here, it's starting to move up a little bit to the north. So most of the energy may be moving out of the picture, and by tomorrow morning, it'll be out of here for good, it looks like. What's going on across the rest of the state? Well, over southeast Alaska, we're having some few showers around the Juneau area. Also at Ketchikan, 38 degrees there. Around the Anchorage Bowl, they've had a lot of rain off and on, and now they're expecting a little bit of snow mixing in with that. Showers around the Kodiak region area. And Cold Bay, looking at cloudy skies, partly cloudy up and down the west coast. Cloudy skies at Barrow, and Fort Yukon also cloudy and 3 degrees. Lower 48 weather, well, let's head on down over the Pacific Northwest and show you things aren't too bad around the Seattle area. Las Vegas looking at 59 degrees and a little bit of shower activity still hanging around the Los Angeles area. Around the Minneapolis region, 22 degrees there. More showers over the northeast and over the southeast. On the satellite and radar, again, look at the pink moving across the Great Lakes. Not too bad, but look at all the moisture moving in on the west coast, right around Los Angeles and much of Southern California. They need it in the worst way. That's going to continue. As you see here, significant rainfall all the way from San Francisco right on down to San Diego. And the rainfall is obviously causing lots of folks there a lot of grief too, in addition to helping the drought situation. So it's kind of like a no-win situation. And the jet stream later on this week will be way up to the north, again, ushering in more warm air and dry conditions over the southern and southwestern sections of the country. Well, back to Alaska for tomorrow. In the northern section, snow showers expected at Fort Yukon, mostly cloudy in the Barrow region, and cloudy skies for Nome. Here in the interior, we'll be looking at the snow shower activity to be dwindling for Fairbanks and Delta, and some winds expected around the Healy region. 22 degrees for the high there. Over southeast sections of the country, of the state I should say, rain and snow for Juneau, cloudy skies with a chance of rain. Also, that would be happening at the Ketchikan region. And out to the southwest, mostly sunny skies at Cold Bay. Snow is likely in Bethel, periods of rain at Kodiak. And if you're heading on down to the Anchorage area, for the most part, snow showers for Anchorage, rain and snow at Homer, and periods of snow expected in Valdez, maybe 6 to 8 inches in the Valdez region. Okay, once again, time for our kids' weather. This week, giving the kids a little bit of a time off, are giving you our weather fact. In 1989, Upper Michigan was hit with snow squalls so bad they reduced the visibility, causing more than 150 accidents. Unfortunately, some fatalities too in that weather phenomena. Here's what's going on as far as next week. We're looking again at more kids coming back. The kids from Norndale Elementary School will be here, and we'll be looking forward to that. All right, here's what's going on in our forecast. Periods of snow with 3 to 5 inches possible, ending late. The higher elevations will be getting the most snow. And as far as tomorrow's forecast, morning snow showers will become mainly cloudy skies by afternoon. And the extended forecast, looking at temperatures right around the single digits each day, overnight lows in the teens below, and no precipitation expected. So the snowfall we have now is what we're going to get right on through the weekend, it looks like right now. But the temperatures will not be that uncomfortable at all.
And it's important to note for drivers to slow down, especially in the passing lane because of all the snow.
Oh yeah, just reduces your visibility completely.
Absolutely, so be courteous to other drivers. Don't zip past them in the passing lane and cover everybody else with white snow, and
I like
just
the
slow
snow.
down.
I don't mind it.
I'm excited. Are we going to go skiing this season or what?
Are we? That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe.
Write to us on
What the heck?
Facebook and encourage Joe to get on the slopes with me. Petition this, guys.
I wear a size 13, so.
KTVF Facebook page.
All right, thank you guys. That will wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We are glad you could join us.
Tonight on NBC Nightly News, Brian Williams is celebrating his 10th year with NBC Nightly News, and he'll share some of his favorite moments coming up next.
All right, join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webcenter11.com.
From all of us here at the News Center, have a good night. See you at 11.
Good night.